Hi, this is Sophia Cartman, host of Dream Big Podcast Show. Please to learn, laugh, and grow.
And this is Olga Karpman. Welcome to the Dream Big Podcast.
Today, I want to talk to you about something that can be very sad and difficult to understand, the death of our pets. Some of you might have a pet that you love very much, and you might be feeling very sad right now because they're not with you anymore. I want to talk to you today about how to cope with the loss of a pet and how to remember them in a special way. And as always, I have a personal, heartfelt story to share with you today.
You know what time it is. This is episode 339 of the Dream Big Podcast, and it's time
to dream big.
Welcome to the Dream Big Podcast Show. We're inspiring you to shoot for the moon, take aim and go. We bring to you amazing guests who truly love what they do. Every day they're living their dreams, and so can you. Dream big, take action to reach your goals. Are you pumped yet? It's showtime, let's rock and roll.
A pet is never truly gone, as long as they live on in our memories and in our hearts. Today, I wanted to talk about something that can be really tough for all of us, and that's the death of our beloved pets. Pets are such a special and important part of our lives. It's completely normal to feel sad and miss them when they're gone. They're our best friends and family. They make us laugh and comfort us, and they love us unconditionally. So it's only natural that when they pass away, we feel a sense of loss and sadness. And I know that some of you might be going through this right now, and it might be really hard, but I want you to know that you're not alone. How we thought of this episode was, I got a fish tank for Christmas, and I was really excited. I chose glow-in-the-dark fish. And they're kind of hard fish, but I was ready for the challenge. So we went to the store and picked up the fish. I got 3 of them. One was pink, one was blue, and one was green. So I brought them in. It was really nice, and I think they were happy. We did so many things to get these fish tanks ready. We conditioned the water, we decorated it, which was super fun, and we just waited a long time. The fish looked very happy. They swam around a little. They went through the tunnel. And they even hanged out near the seahorse unicorn sometimes. Everything looked amazing. And as usual, I went to sleep. The next morning, when I woke up, I looked at the fish tank to go and feed them. And then I saw something so bad. So bad. One of the fish was dead. It was the green one. I was very, very, very sad. It was my first animal I got to take care of by myself. And when I saw it was dead, I almost started crying. Even though I only knew these fish for half a day, I was really sad because I was excited at first. It was really fun for me, you know? And now he's in fishy heaven. But the good part is I still have 2 more to take care of. So I can manage this for now. And when the fish passed away, it kind of reminded me of my first chicken, Rosy. Rosy was my favorite chicken. And she was so nice and kind, and she loved me, I know that. And sometimes I took her out of the coop, and I holded her, and I danced with her, and she was white, and she was the cutest thing ever when she was a baby. And I loved her so much. But then one day, a hawk or coyote got Rosy. I was devastated. I cried for the whole entire night. And whenever I say the name Rosy, I really am, I miss her so much. But I want you to know that it's okay to feel sad and grieve for your pet. It's normal and a healthy way to process your feelings. And we're here to support you and talk about ways to cope with the loss of a pet. When you're feeling sad, it can be helpful to talk about your feelings. You can talk to a friend, a family member, or even a therapist. It's important to let yourself express your emotions and not hold them in. Another thing that can help you is to do something creative. You can draw a picture of your pet or write a story about the fun times you had. This can be a great way of remembering and honoring their memory.
Did you know, Sophia and Big Dreamers? Fans say that author J.K. Rowling wrote about her beloved cat, Crookshanks, in her Harry Potter series. In the books, Crookshanks is a magical cat who helps Harry and his friends on their journey. So people do like to come up with creative ways to remember their pets.
We also wrote a poem about Rosy, and we want to share it with you. Dear sweet Rosy, my fluffy white friend, with you by my side, my heart did ascend. We walked in the yard, we cuddled tight, we shared joy and love and pure delight. Now that you're gone, I may not know where you are or how you glow, but I know in my heart you'll always be a white cloud, an angel, a whisper, a breeze. Though we said goodbye, my dear hen, you'll always be my love, my best friend. In my heart you'll forever stay, a cherished memory, a bright white ray. Farewell, my sweet Rosy, until we meet again. In my heart, in my love, you'll always remain. I miss her so much.
I know, baby. I know, it's okay. Big Dreamers, while grieving is totally okay and we want to allow ourselves some time to grieve and to be sad, we also need to remember that life goes on and we should keep going no matter what. Make sure to do any kind of physical activity or exercise. Exercise can help to reduce stress and anxiety and can also be a great way to clear your mind and help you to move on. Also, make sure to connect with nature. Spending time in nature can be soothing and can help to put things in perspective.
I want to share a story with you today about how nature can help us heal from the loss of a pet. Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Max who loved his dog Jack more than anything in the world. Jack was Max's best friend. They did everything together, but one day Jack got very sick and had to go to doggy heaven. Max was heartbroken, and he didn't know how to cope with his loss. One day, Max's mom suggested they take a walk in the park. Max wasn't sure if he wanted to go, but he decided to give it a try. As soon as they went to the park, Max noticed all the different kinds of birds and animals. He saw a family of ducks swimming in the pond. He noticed a butterfly fluttering by. Max's mom pointed at a tree that was in full bloom with bright pink and white flowers. Max was fascinated by all the beauty around him. He started to feel a little better. He realized that just like the flowers and the animals, Jack was a part of nature too, and that he would always be with him in a different way. Maybe he would be a whisper of the wind, a bird's song, a sparkle of the sun, or a leaf falling from a tree. As they continued their walk, Max felt a sense of peace washing over him. He knew that he'd always miss Jack, but he also knew that he could find comfort in the natural world. So, big dreamers, if you ever lose a pet, remember that nature is always there for you. Take a walk in the park. Look at the birds and animals, and remember that your pet is always with you in some way. You can also make a special memory box for the things you used to do with your pet. You can put a collar in it, a toy, or a picture of you and your pet in the box. You can look at it whenever you're feeling sad and remember all the good times you had together. My aunt had a dog named Daisy, and she loved her so much. One day she passed away, and now my aunt keeps collars and pictures of her. She even created special jewelry for herself. Even though she has a dog, Annie, at the moment, Daisy's still with her in her heart. A nice place. A cloud. A whisper. A breeze. It's important to remember that grief is a process, and it will all take time. You may find that some days are harder than others, but it's normal. Just take it one day at a time, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
And as we close this episode, we want to remind you, big dreamers, that it's okay to feel sad and miss our beloved pets. Grief is a natural and normal part of the process of losing someone or something that we love. And it's so important to remember that our pets will always hold a special place in our hearts, and their memories will live on through the love and joy that they brought into our lives.
I want to encourage all of you to find ways to cope with grief that works for you. Whether it's talking to a loved one, writing a journal, or creating a special memory box. There are many ways to honor and remember our pets. And I want you to know that you're not alone in your feelings. It's okay to take the time you need to grieve. As for me, I will always remember my first fish and Rosy as my white fluffy cloud of joy, who I will cherish forever in my heart. And I hope that you can find the same comfort and peace in the memories of your beloved pets.
Dear Big Dreamers, if you lost a pet and you would like to cherish their memory, we challenge you to create something very special. Maybe you have a picture that you would like to print out and put in a pretty frame. Maybe you want to draw a picture. Maybe you would like to create a memory box. Whatever feels good for you. As always, you can let us know what you create or what special memories that you have with your pets. And you can find us on Instagram, Dream Big Podcast, or you can simply write us email or comment. Please let us know how you like our podcast. You can go to dreambigpodcast.com/339 for this episode's show notes. And if you would like to share this podcast with your friends and family, we would be very grateful. I'm pretty sure that someone right now needs to hear the words that they're not alone. Maybe they lost a pet just recently or maybe a long time ago. It doesn't matter. Just remember, it's all part of life and it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad. And you know that we are here to support you. If you like our show, please leave us a review. It does help us to move up in the ranking and more big dreamers can find our show. You can do so on iTunes in the app or by going to dreambigpodcast.com/iTunes. We read your reviews and it helps us to get in front of more big dreamers.
That's all for today, big dreamers. This is Sophia Cartman
and Olga Karpman,
reminding you that you have unlimited potential. Your dreams are not optional. You need to make them essential. So take massive action and turn those big dreams into reality. Live with passion the way life was meant to be. See you in the next episode. Bye.